I started what I called Pajak, claiming victory for a free higher education in January of 2021 in Antique. The reason why we claimed victory for free higher education in January of 2021 is because in 2021, we graduated the first batch of students in public universities who no longer paid tuition and miscellaneous fees. So I thought it was proper in 2021 to start a nationwide caravan going through the different public and private universities to commend the work of our public and private universities to continue learning in the midst of the pandemic, help government in its effort to contain the pandemic, and graduate students who no longer pay tuition and miscellaneous fees and therefore have realized their dreams of completing their education. In March of 2021, we changed our theme from Pajak claiming victory for free higher education, for free higher ed, to Pajak claiming victory for Philippine higher education. That was because in March, the President signed Republic Act 11522, recognizing and saying that every May 18 of every year, the country should now celebrate the successes of Philippine higher education. The first time the national government recognized the importance of higher education in our national life, and the first time that CHED was recognized after 27 years for its work in higher education. So we changed our theme to Pajak claiming victory for free higher education to Pajak claiming victory for Philippine higher education. It was also proper to do that last year because it was the last year, basically, of the Duterte administration. And therefore, it was proper now for us to report to the nation what we have achieved during our watch. And we have achieved a lot. Not just free higher education, but ensuring that access to education is accompanied by access to quality education. You all know what we have been telling the nation, that last year, 1.6 million young students no longer paid tuition and miscellaneous fees in more than 200 public universities, and 500,000 students received their tertiary education subsidy, and another 200 plus thousand received their tulong dunong. It is therefore appropriate that today, the Commission on Higher Education will commence its 28th founding anniversary this May and in the subsequent months with that theme, CHED at 28, claiming victory for quality higher education, di kalidad na edukasyon, karapatan ng mamamayan. The shift from access to quality, and now the shift or the emphasis on education as a right is going to be the legacy of the Commission on Higher Education under the Duterte administration. We have done what nobody believed could be done, what nobody dreamed could be done. And I think it is proper, therefore, for all of us to give each other a congratulatory, congratulatory emphasis on everyone. We have made history And therefore, I would like to say that everybody should be proud that we are part of the Commission on Higher Education, and we are proud of having been a part of history that we celebrate today in our 28th anniversary. This year's celebration therefore commemorates a significant milestone for CHED because we have, as I said, accomplished groundbreaking undertakings amidst the challenging circumstances brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. We have reached more than the national level even for our students. And the effects of that has cascaded to other things that we do. We have been able to open face-to-face classes in all degree programs, authorizing universities to do it as early as November of 2020. The victories are many, and there is an appropriate time in the regions, in the celebrations in the regions to also emphasize this. But today, our week-long celebration actually started last week in Baguio. So I attended the International Grants Conference and Networking Session in Baguio City last week. This is followed by many regional and central office ceremonies, several topics: holistic health and wellness programs, employee welfare and benefits, employee life protection training. And the other day, we opened the sports festival. And so we had the sports festival the other day. And in the following days, we will award and recognize deserving programs and employees. We will have the Gawad Parangal awarding ceremonies at Quezon City University in the next days, where we will recognize higher education institutions that have done an outstanding job in getting COPCs. I was told that some looks have 100% compliance with COPC already. Imagine, a few years ago, we were fighting each other. A few years ago, away between CHED and looks. And today, we will recognize them because they have fully complied with quality assurance standards that we have set. And for that, I congratulate all the regional offices that we have. Sila po ang talagang nagtrabaho para sa COPC. And of course, I'd also like to commend our regional offices because we have been able to ensure compliance with the conversion of several state colleges into state universities. And therefore, as we celebrate 28 years, I think everyone should look back and reflect, because as we were created on May 18, 1994 by virtue of Republic Act 7722, otherwise as a Higher Education Act of 1994, we were vested with the mission to protect, foster, and promote the right of all citizens to affordable quality education at all levels and take appropriate steps to ensure that education shall be accessible to all. It took us 28 years, but today we can now proudly claim to everyone that we have done our constitutional responsibility, that every young Filipino who dreams, who perseveres, will be able to achieve their dreams to get an education under our watch. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.